and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live, to this fantastic series of conversations that we are having on Finnovation Maestros. With me today, I have two very interesting guests. Let me introduce you to my first guest, who is Mr. Sendil Kumar V, who is from Shriram Capital. Along with him, I also have Nehal Mehta. Mr. Sendil and Neha, please welcome to Banking Frontiers Live. So, Sendil, I will start with you first. So, how have you transformed as an organization? How are you trying to adapt to these new innovations and at the same time stay very relevant and maintain that physical and digital transformation together? So, what has been your learning in all these years when you innovate?
Yeah. Thanks, Babu. So, Shriram Capital Limited is the overarching holding company of Shriram Group. So, we are predominantly into finance and insurance sector. I am in this group for the past 2 decades, and a lot of transformation is happening in this group, maybe from legacy or a normal business where we used to do to a digital business currently, which we are doing it. And our business is predominantly for the unserviced segment in the country. So that is the bottom of the pyramid. So the challenges are like to reach them, to bring technology for them will be really a challenge. And the past 5 years, we could notice that there are a lot of changes on the digital environment where we could bring easily the technology to reach them. And second is that from Shriram Group side also, we have done a lot of innovations on the technology to reach them. Some 7-8 years before itself, we have started using mobile applications where we started initially with the B2B. That is, a field executive need not take a receipt or he need not take a device to go and handle device. He need not take. Just a mobile is sufficient for him to go there and collect these drivers. The drivers need not come to the branch and pay the cash or check. This guy, the field executive, will go there, reach them, collect it, and simultaneously, the entry will be passed and in such a way that it will be on the online system itself. So now 60% of our sales is happening through mobile. 60% of the business is through mobile. So that is a huge, when you see the customer base.
Wonderful, wonderful. How do you manage this, this build versus outsource kind of technology in the background? And how do you orchestrate it together to deliver that experience to the customer?
Yeah, see, one is that Shriram Group, we have an internal team itself who are doing the basic level of application and supporting the users, getting the feedback from the user side. That is on the internal team. We have our group company named Novak Technologies. Novak is a CMM level 5 and ISO 27001 company. It's a Shriram Group company where the applications are developed for Shriram, and they do for other than Shriram also. So what I feel is that the technology and the business should join together, then only we can bring a solution. It should be win-win for both of us. We are having an agile type of thing where when the user gives a requirement, instantly our guys use it, test it simultaneously, and we'll try to bring for a production. It is not like a phased manner. It is just we are following agile methodology. The business side and the application side should always get together and understand how the business is going, and technology should help in such a way that the business should ease in doing the operations.
So I just wanted to check with you a couple of things. One is, when Sendil is speaking about this entire objective of innovating fast, bringing together the business and technology faster, one important thing is to bring in the agility in this innovation. So how can organizations add more value to their business strategy and goals by choosing the right kind of agility technologies? What are the things that you suggest?
Yeah, I think like Sendil said, a lot of the financial services institutions in the country today are thinking ahead, right? And probably people have been on the 2.0 or a 3.0 sprints of innovation. And Sriram Capital is one of the leaders in that space. What I have seen in my experience, industry experience, in terms of how customers have brought in agility is basically, when we work with our customers to align with their business priorities, there are a few mechanisms that we bring into the picture, and also the cloud as a technology enabler, right? So when the decision makers in the company, in a customer organization, are actually having that vision, we basically are able to translate that vision into reality through our own mechanisms, like working backwards, or digital innovation workshops, etc., where we bring in the business and technology teams together. So the entire heavy lifting of managing the infrastructure, doing maintenance, right, is not required in our case. And then the developers actually are freed from that mundane work, so they are able to also basically devote more time to more creative thinking and more design innovations. Number one. Number two, the whole cost, or the cost of experimentation, right, is actually much lesser and much more palatable. Costing is also something which is very important aspect in terms of making the innovations faster, and learning and relearning from your own experiments.
Excellent, excellent. Democratization of this data, empowerment of the people by democratization of this data is one of the most critical factors. How have you been creating a balancing act in all this entire scenario of the world of data?
Yeah, what we have made is that we are bringing a lot of technology in such a way that we are not compromising on the security. So one side it was like, due to security, we are not taking the data outside our on-prem. So security definitely has to be taken care, but in the name of security, you cannot have everything with you. So the business can't grow, and also no, you can't do the business 100% as what you are doing 3 years before. Recently, Shriram Housing Finance is a company where we wanted to see in such a way that we have a huge plans to go on a hybrid cloud. So currently we have a private cloud, and we wanted to go with the public cloud. And future we are planning to have as a hybrid cloud, where few applications can be on cloud in the public and few can be on the private. The microservices, or you should make like a thin application so that the resources can be utilized less. And second is that you have a flexibility in such a way that in certain period you need not have the application available. You can switch off, and when you need it, you can switch on. Those things also we can do. And third is that you have to utilize the resources accordingly. Blockchain is no NBFC has tried it. We are the first company to go with the blockchain for fixed deposit. So we are giving a fixed deposit receipts on the blockchain. So there is a QR code and there is a link. Whenever you click the QR code, immediately you can see when is your deposit, and also you can authenticate your fixed deposit, whether it is a genuine like that. It is running on a blockchain platform, and the certificates is totally digitalized, so that we wanted to bring technology in such a way that should really help for the persons or the customers. It doesn't mean that what are the technologies available we wanted to deploy.
I think it is really inspiring. Nehal, we have heard a lot of innovations from Sendil. From your side, what have been other inspiring innovations which you have seen built on the cloud and probably amplified to the world kind of stuff?
So we've had a privilege to partner with some of these leading cloud adopters, and few examples that come to my mind, especially something that could relate to both insurance as well as NBFCs as well as banking. One example, which basically we have seen, is a kind of an end-to-end digital straight-through processing journey. And it doesn't stop here, but a journey that brings together three different unique sets of cohorts. One is the end customers, the other is your own employees, and the third one is your agents, right? When you are having, we've got customers right here in India, and it's available in the public domain, which is again very relevant to NBFCs and banks, is this whole topic of underwriting and credit decisioning, right? So our customers, many of our customers have been able to leverage even alternative data, okay, to empower and accelerate the credit decision. So whether it is reducing the turnaround time for, let's say, a loan disbursement from 15 days to 4 days to 2 hours to few seconds, right? At different stages of the journeys, different NBFCs have really adopted our technology, but the core focus of that is, leveraging the data in a meaningful manner, like how Sendil was talking about, right? AI and machine learning technologies combined with the power of alternative data added to it to really give a frictionless journey to my customers, very quick, as well as having a direct impact on my bottom line in terms of having less number of NPAs, more in the rural areas, right? So where the acquisition or the reach of technology has been traditionally low.
The biggest differentiator is how fast you can change the turnaround time to the customer. What do you see are the technologies that are going to drive the future of the businesses in the world of finance?
See, there is a huge competition in the business, especially in the finance segment. One is that small banks are there, second is that microfinance, third is the normal bank, and then comes the NBFC. So technology plays a huge role here to transform the business. We should be very clear on how to make the business ease and how to ensure that from the technology side, what better solution we can give to the business. There plays a major role. And we have to understand business thoroughly, how easily we can bring the technology if in the business environment. So we should understand the business thoroughly. That is one thing which I want to tell. Bringing AI across all areas so that the turnaround time will come down, so that we will make things easier, like processing time of each and every activity will come down. And definitely on the new areas where even AR, VR also can be used by virtually seeing and then connecting it with the business also will be down the line, it can be a thought process. So in a nutshell, I feel that cloud, along with the proper security in place, and the second is on the AI and the mobile will be ruling, is what I feel from the finance and the insurance side. Here also the working culture also should get changed, where you can't expect everything to do with the same in-house team. So the partner and OEM also will be playing a huge role in coming days or months.
Absolutely. And that is something that goes to building up the ecosystem of innovation of the future.
Exactly.
Okay, excellent. I think I have had a wonderful conversations with both of you, and you have shared some very, very interesting insights and inspiring innovations which are happening in each of these sector. We look forward to learn more from you in the future conversations. Thank you very much, Sendil, for being a part of this conversation. And Nehal, thank you very much for your sharing.
It was very insightful. Thank you very much, Babu, and very, very great questions.
Thank you very much, both of you.